Everybody to this episode of the Chicago Sports Mayhem Show. I am your host, Andrew, Mighty Man Scheid. Back at you this week, regular recorded episode. But I can't be remiss and a little heavy heart this week because what happened this past week, guys, is we lost a Chicago Bulls legend by the name of Stacy King. He unfortunately passed away at the age of 59 earlier this week. And it just a heartbreaking loss. When I was working the Windy City Bulls games, he was actually honored at one of the games last year. He delivered the ceremonial first game ball. And just, I was sitting 5 feet from the man that entire night. And it breaks my heart because one story I will tell you, it was funny what I could hear when he was being interviewed by Mark Shanowski, voice of the Windy City Bulls for Chicago Sports Network. They had a lot of his stuff on display, and one thing he was saying, they had a pair of his shorts on this display, and don't forget he was part of three of those six world championships, national championships for the Bulls in the 90s. But going back to my story, he was being interviewed. They had a pair of his Bull shorts on display for fans to see at the Windy City Bulls game. And Mark asked him about them, and he goes, Stacy went, yeah, I was looking for those just last night, and I couldn't find them. Someone stole them out of my house. And it's like just the energy that this guy brought, not only on the court as a player for the Bulls, but as a broadcaster from 2007 to just this past year. He delivered so many good calls, and just delivered so many heartwarming memories to so many Bulls fans out there. So a lot of heavy hearts in Chicago in this, morning time. But all love and respect to his family, his teammates, the Bulls fandom, and the Bulls community. Rest easy, Stacy, and you will be missed. Now, to get to the nitty gritty of today's show, we are going to be talking about the first place Chicago White Sox to start off the show. That's right, I said it. The first place Chicago White Sox, everyone. This team is for real. And one thing that I've said in so many shows about this team is they're so young. That dugout every game literally looks like a Little League dugout. And they're just feeding off each other and having fun. But one thing I think you guys need to understand with the White Sox is they've had 12 call ups from the minor leagues this year, 11 different players. And we are going to look at this together, everybody. It's just some of these players you'll see have really done good for this team. Braden Montgomery, who we'll talk about later in this segment, just recently called up and is really doing his best job. But the number of call-ups that this team has had, it is almost equates to the 2015 Chicago Cubs of just this young team and a bunch of call-ups and just not caring if you lose and the next day you're just like, okay, that loss is over. Let's move on to the next day, which is what the White Sox are continuing to do. This team is for real. They're having fun with each other, and they're the better team in Chicago right now. Now, one thing I think we need to talk about is Braden Montgomery. Everyone has been waiting for the number 2 prospect in the White Sox organization to get that call up. Everyone said, hey, all they wanted him to have was AAA experience. Well, he went and he got that AAA experience, and now he's just not starting to crush it at the major league level. I don't want to say he's crushing it yet because he's only played a few games, but he already has his first homer in his MLB career, came in his MLB debut with the White Sox, and was also his first walk-off homer of his career. It was the 80s game against the Braves. Board operator Alex, we have that highlight. Can we play it, please?
For his most crucial at-bat of his first game. Sends it in the air to left. It is back near the wall. It is over the wall for a game-winning home run. How about that? Talk about drama. Talk about theater.
What a ball game. And what a major league debut for Montgomery. Braden Montgomery, remember the name. This guy can play. He's a member of the organization, brought up as a first-year player, the 12th first-year player for the Sox this year.
That was his first ever home run, and that was his MLB debut. This kid is legit. He is going to be going places. And he just is a tool that the White Sox can use going forward. Now, they did just win a series against the Atlanta Braves. They're going for the sweep as I record this Thursday night. Right now, they are currently in a weather delay, but they're going for the series sweep against literally the best team in the MLB right now in the Atlanta Braves. So I believe this White Sox team is proving time and time again, yes, we are legit, we can compete, and we're here to compete. I think that is the biggest thing, that they're just blowing people's minds, right? They're coming out of nowhere. And here's the thing that's different from last year. The White Sox lost a lot of close games last year where if they got to the 5th, 6th inning and they were down 3-2 or 3-1, you pretty much knew the game was over right then and there. I mean, the White Sox have had no fight in those later innings these past few years, and we're seeing now this year the White Sox just blossom into a team that can not only hit for power, hit for contact, and manufacture runs when they need to. That was one concern that I had going into this, was the White Sox, are they going to rely on that home run ball a little too much? And it doesn't seem like they are. I mean, you could see their numbers for the year as a team: 91 home runs, over 500 hits, a team batting average over 240. I mean, these are not easy numbers to obtain. When the White Sox, if you look at tonight's lineup, they only got one guy, and that's Edgar Quero, batting below the Mendoza line. But I mean, and that's something that will be addressed, I have a feeling, sooner rather than later if he doesn't pick it up at the plate a little more. And he's starting to heat it up in Edgar Quero, guys. But the breaking thing out of White Sox news today was Derek Hill getting traded to the Phillies. Derek Hill is gone. He's on his way to the city of brotherly love. Wish him all the best. You know, it's sad to see someone that contributed to this White Sox team this year as a veteran. Let's not forget that Derek Hill is a veteran of this league. He's a veteran of the sport. And he did a lot for the White Sox. He helped them when they needed the help. And they even said, you know, it just came down to making a difficult roster decision, with Everson Pereira now coming off of the IL, being activated off of the 10-day injured list. They had to make some tough decisions, and one of them was trading Derek Hill. We got some minor leaguers in the favor of that. So that's the thing. It's also nice that you got something back for a player, too. It shows his worth more than anything else. So, yeah, best of luck to Derek Hill and, you know, the rest of his career, right? When we come back, everybody, we're going to be talking about a team that has shown signs of greatness. They've shown signs that we can get things done, but I don't know where this team is heading this year. I wish I did know, and we will talk about it more, when we get back. Yeah, I just don't know where this team is going, but maybe we can figure it out when we come back. Do your kids love fire engines and the fire service? Come on down to the Elgin Fire Bar No. 5 Museum in Elgin, Illinois, 533 St. Charles Street. If you want to get married on the back of a fire engine, come on down to the Elgin Fire Bar No. 5 Museum. Rentals of the building starting out just $100. Join the thousands of people already through the doors. Don't wait, come now. Do your kids love fire engines and the fire service? Come on down to the Elgin Fire Bar No. 5 Museum in Elgin, Illinois, 533 St. Charles Street. If you want to get married on the back of a fire engine, come on down to the Elgin Fire Bar No. 5 Museum. Rentals of the building starting out just $100. Join the thousands of people already through the doors. Don't wait, come now. And welcome back in, everybody, to the Chicago Sports Mayhem Talk Show. I am your lovely host, Andrew Mighty Man Scheid, here with me. And I also have to give some love to Alex behind the board there, helping me out tonight. Thank you, buddy. Before we get to break, we're going to talk about a team that has been struggling. And if you have not already figured it out, it is the Chicago Cubs. And I realize as I'm recording this video, they won Thursday afternoon, June 11th, 9-3 against the Colorado Rockies. But here's one thing I will say about that. In my opinion, show me that you could win against a good team. We all know that the Colorado Rockies right now are one of the worst teams in the MLB. So if you could prove to me, Chicago Cubs, that you can beat a good team, and when I say beat a good team, I'm talking the Atlanta Braves, the LA Dodgers, the New York Yankees, even though Aaron Judge is out for a while and, they don't know when he's coming back. But show me that you can win against a good team and win a series against a good team. And I think that's one thing that the Cubs have done, and they've been struggling so long. I mean, it's only, in my mind, by pure luck that they are still above 500. In my opinion, if they did not have those 2 10-game winning streaks at the beginning of the season, right now they would be below 500. And Cubs fans would be a lot more irate, up in arms, wanting to, I don't know, kick the team in the Smurf. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, this team, if you look at their numbers, and they're not that much worse than the White Sox, but here's the one thing with the Chicago Cubs that I think they lack. And I just lost my mouse, everybody. Hey, Chicago Sports Mayhem. Stuff goes crazy. Stuff goes crazy. But yeah, with the Chicago Cubs, they just, something needs to be figured out. And I've always said this, that Dansby Swanson, he's not batting the best. And he's even admitted to that. I've not had a streak like this since my rookie season. I'm not enjoying it and all that fun stuff. So at least he knows that he is struggling. But when you look, these numbers, like I said, are not as bad or not as good as the White Sox, but they're not horrible. So if you look at some of the team totals, you got 76 home runs, 9 triples, 549 hits as a team, 308 runs. You've had over 2,000 at-bats as a team, and you have a team batting average sitting right now at 238. And this is from Baseball Reference. I love this website, and they do a great job with their stats. But when you look at some of these players, and it's fun to look at this and go, wait, why is PCA only batting 250. Oh, wait. His actually jumped. He's batting now at 254. Seiya Suzuki's right below him, batting at 247. So, I mean, the only one, and I have just said this, Dansby Swanson, batting a 180. He is supposed to be your gold glove caliber arm, which he does have that defensively. But where is your bat, Dansby Swanson? Because it hasn't been showing up. And like I said, you've alluded to that. You know it. But the guy right below him, Alex Bregman, batting average of 246. Now, that's high considering he only has 6 home runs on the season. He hit one today, so that has gone from 5 to 6. And he even said to media, hey, I know that my play is part of why we're struggling right now, and I need to get better. And we all know that Alex Bregman has a terrible first half of every season. But when it heats up in July in Chicago, look out, Northsiders. I do really think that Bregman is going to pick it up. But I don't know about Dansby Swanson. I mean, I really don't. I mean, he's batting a 180. He's only got 7 home runs. So he's got more home runs than Bregman, but a lower batting average, which means he's not hitting for contact like he should be, which is obvious. Now, there are players in the woodworks for this team, and I'm just going to name a few. Well, Miguel Amaya, Michael Conforto, Matt Shaw, Moises Ballesteros is another one that just, these guys can do good for this team, but they're not playing every day, and I don't know why. Well, Ballesteros is playing more now as a DH. This Cubs team, though, win the series against the Rockies, and I forgot who they're taking on after the Rockies, but show me you can win series. And like I said, you don't have to go on to a 10-game winning streak again. Just start winning series. Show me that you could be a winning ball club again because, yeah, taking a 9-3 win over the Rockies doesn't really prove to me that you're good. If you won against the Dodgers or the Braves, yeah, maybe I take the Cubs just a little more seriously as playoff contenders right now. But right now, this team is not playing like playoff contenders. And, you know, with the All-Star break being next month, and that's right, I said next month, it begs the question to where the Cubs are running out of time to figure what they need to figure out and get it done. So, I mean, it's just the fact of they're going to have to take a long, hard look at the whole picture, not just, okay, Swanson's batting a goose egg at the plate. PCA, yeah, he's batting over 200, but we really want him more contact hitting so we can use his legs more. I mean, but these are little things that can be addressed for the Cubs because, yeah, we all know PCA is used for his legs, so I'd like to see him be more of a contact hitter and stealing more bases second half of the year. Dansby Swanson needs to pick it up at the plate. You know, and Alex Bregman, get out of the slump. Get out of your slow start as soon as possible, my dude. And I honestly think this Cubs team can still make the playoffs in their division. I mean, you got to get past Milwaukee, Cincinnati, St. Louis, and Pittsburgh, and it's not going to be easy. But like I always say, the easiest path to the playoffs is to win your division, because in your division, you're only playing against 4 to 5 teams, where if you're competing for that wild card spot, which two teams get a wild card spot, you're playing against the entire National League, which is a lot harder to do than just playing your division. So I will say this to any ball club, and I know I'm no MLB expert. I'm not an insider. I don't claim to be, but in my opinion, just win your division if you can, because it's the easiest way to the playoffs, in my opinion. But another player I would like to see more out of the Cubs roster is Kevin Alcantara. They brought this guy up. It literally sat him for 5 days before he got a start. So here's my question. Believe me, I get it. Sitting him for a day, let him watch, let him get acclimated, let him take some swings in the cage, let him take some ground balls out on the field. But 5 days, and I think that Kevin Alcantara, you look at his stats this year, he's had only 9 at-bats. Why is Kevin Alcantara only had 9 at-bats the entire 2026 season, and we are a month away from the All-Star break? Really? Really? There are so many question marks with how this Cubs team is doing things, in my opinion, that I just don't know anymore. But hey, on a lighter note, to end this episode, and it might have been a little shorter today, and Alex, maybe you can give your thoughts to end this episode. The World Cup did kick off today.
Yes.
Mexico against South Africa. Mexico won. What was it? 2-1? Can't remember.
Yeah,
2-1.
For his most crucial.
Yeah,
2-1. I was not really surprised at that. I know South Africa could be a better team. I'll let you take the reins on this one.
I didn't watch it, but I was very surprised. First of all, big ups Mexico, big ups. And I told you this on the last episode. I did mention this, and everyone that watched the last one, I did say their best player is Raul Jimenez, and he scored for Mexico. So that statement is there. It's true with facts. It's Alex, if you have a picks here, best takes, Alex best takes on this show. It was that one. It was that one.
That'd be a monthly thing, like Alex's best takes of the month.
Yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of those. I'm gonna be like, this team's gonna win and this player's gonna score. But yeah, no, I was surprised. It was a good start. Mexico won, obviously 2-0 the South Africa. I don't know who is in South Africa. I don't know the team per se, but I'm a little scared though. This team is young. There's a lot of the veterans are kind of done for. I don't even know if Ochoa is even playing. Probably not, but a lot of the veterans are kind of out, so there's a lot of young, new guys. So I'm just excited to see what Mexico got going on this World Cup. Shout out to all I Show Speed, though. That song was a hit. You put me on. I ain't gonna lie.
No, but one thing, to end it, U.S. does take on Paraguay tomorrow night for their first match of the tournament.
They're gonna win. They're going to win, like 1-0.
Yeah, and here's the thing that surprised me, and I'll say this. They played a friendly match against Germany here in Chicago this past Saturday, and what surprised me with that is the U.S. actually stuck with Germany, even though they lost 2-1. They actually stuck with Germany for most of that match.
Yeah, I did. You know what? I would say that I was recording a video while I was watching on the TV, and I would say this, like Germany. Well, you gotta know. Well, first of all, they're like warming up, so I wouldn't go too far. But U.S. was keeping up with Germany, and Germany has a lot of great players. I forgot. It's a midfielder. I forgot his name, but he's a great Germany player, and there's a lot of other Germany players. I would say I'm very excited to see. Like, okay, this is what should happen. I think Ted Lasso should do the commentary for all the U.S. games. I think that would be the best. And he should be a bit where he's like, I'm coming from England and now I can see the sport here in the States. There should be a bit where Ted Lasso just comes and watches all the games.
That would be Oh, I'm trying to wrap my mind around that. That's why that is like that. I'm trying to wrap my mind around it.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it probably would be too. But it was a great opening ceremony to start.
Oh yeah, Shakira.
Start the World Cup. Shakira was there.
Shakira.
She will be at the finals too.
Oh,
perform.
really?
Yep, she will be at the final.
So that's what I mean. Like they unfreeze Shakira every World Cup. They unfreeze Mariah Carey every Christmas. It's
Yeah.
Shakira's like the Mariah Carey for FIFA.
No,
so.
but like we said in last week's live episode, I mean, this is going to be a fun tournament, and it is officially kicked off with that match this afternoon. And then South Korea takes on, I think I got that right, Chechnya.
When are you guys playing?
Netherlands play Sunday against
Yeah,
Japan at 3 o'clock on Fox 32. And I cannot wait for that. I'm actually going to put on, I'm going to put on Facebook, on social media, don't bug me for the next 3 hours. Don't bug me so I can watch my match in peace.
I'll be rooting for y'all. I'll definitely be rooting for y'all.
That's going to be a good match in itself, too. Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know or is new, I root for the Netherlands when it comes to like country play, so like the WBC, and definitely when it comes to national soccer, I root for the Netherlands. My mom's family came over here in 1957. My great Opa was part of the Dutch resistance during the Second World War, which is a big reason why 13 people got sponsored by one church to come to the U.S. Yeah, but that's where my starting rooting for the Netherlands came from, was from my grandfather and everything that they went through. And I'm only, think of that, guy. My mom was the third person in our family to be born in the U.S. I'm only second generation Dutch American. I still have cousins I talk to that live in Holland that I love with all my heart. So yeah, this is the time of year, like, probably cut me, bro. I bleed orange. That's just me.
Big ups for you, man.
It's gonna be a good tournament.
It's gonna be a good time.
48 countries
in
104 matches. Can you believe that? That's why this thing is going from June 11th to July 19th.
Man, just overall. I was on my phone while we were doing the show, and Lamine Yamal just got cleared today, I think, to play for Spain. So this would be his first World Cup, and then Holland. So this is why I was so super excited, because this is Holland's first World Cup, and this is Lamine Yamal's first World Cup. So
it's
very
gonna
excited.
This is gonna be interesting.
I'm telling you, dog. It's either Spain, England, and there's, you know what I found out too? There's no Real Madrid players playing for Spain. This is so crazy. I thought Danny. At least Danny would play. Danny Carvel. I thought he would play, but no.
You know, and it was like not even for sure for a while if Messi was going to play. It was first reported that he wasn't playing. And then
even Ronaldo too.
Yeah,
Ronaldo too.
They both decided to, like, I guess, one last swan song.
One last swing, man.
Yeah. But I want to thank everyone for joining me for this episode of Chicago Sports Mayhem. Got to talk a lot of good stuff and some sad notes, like I said. You know, rest in peace, Stacy King. You will be missed.
Yep.
That memory you gave me at the Windy City Bulls game, being able to sit 5 feet from the man was just fun in itself. And to hear just in a glance some of his stories was just awesome. And he was a really great, powerful man, and really is a Bulls legend, and will be remembered forever and truly missed.
Yeah. Nixon 5.
Nixon
5.
Yeah, let's just but like I said, I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight. We'll be back next week with another episode. Thank you, Alex, for running board and OBS for us tonight. Braden Montgomery, first walk-off homer, first homer of the year. That was amazing to see. He did it on 80s night as well. That's another cool thing. So thank you, everybody. My motivational message of the week: don't let people get in your head. People constantly try to tell you how to live your life, how to do things. Oh, you should do it this way. You should do it that way. Make your own path. Do things your own way, and never give up. You know, I'm living proof of that. I honestly thought, you know, if you would have told me at 10 years old, hey, Andrew, you're going to be a sports broadcaster when you're 26, I would have laughed in your face, because at that time I thought I was really, truly going to be a firefighter. But hey, you know, life rolls you dice and you just got to take them. So, but don't let people run your life. Don't let people tell you no, because if you put your mind to anything, you could pretty much accomplish anything you put your mind to if you just don't let people get in your way. But it's my little motivational message of the week. Hope to see everyone next week for episode 17. Wow, I can't believe we are that far into this show. Just having fun with it and just keep moving strong. Talk to everybody later.